The Boy Who Stewed on Bricks is a fictional story about a group of boys who defend their clubhouse from an oil company wanting to bulldoze it. At the time of writing this story, news and documentaries about oil fracking kept coming out to inform the public of its dangers. It was a very negative time, and I kept thinking, how are people living close to these fracking operations remaining civil when legal recourse does little to nothing to help them? So, I decided to write a story about a group of boys who stand up to the bulldozers. To me, this is a story about encroachment and testing people's limits. If you kick a dog, it growls and maybe bites you. Humans react in a similar way and sometimes deadly ways. My hope is this story causes people to think about how they treat others. If you go around forcing your views, opinions, and way of life onto others, you might cause problems for yourself or those around you. If it makes a person think before they kick a dog, I feel it served its purpose. At the center of the story is Jameson, a character who is deaf and mute. He is an observer, a listener, and the only way he has to communicate is through his actions. I find this form of communication profoundly powerful, because every move Jameson makes he thinks out. By not being able to express how he feels in words, he must act his emotions. This, I believe, makes the ending more dramatic and shocking. Something else I wanted to present in this story is how people with good intentions sometimes do more harm than good. This is why the story reveals the oil company received support from members of a conservation group and scientific aid from a university. A quote by the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche comes to mind: "He who fights against monsters should see to it that he does not become a monster in the process." And when you stare persistently into an abyss, the abyss also stares into you. Another trap I wanted to stay clear of was the creation of an unsympathetic sheriff. I did not want to make him look like a naive simpleton. I wanted him to remain somewhat skeptical, and hopefully I achieved this.